What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Powerhouse podcast. My name is Los, at Los Hustle on Instagram, and I have a very good friend of mine. He is the head of email for Powerhouse Campaigns, which is a company that we own that does lifetime value and email marketing and a little bit more for e-commerce businesses. Mikey, what's up? What's up, brother? How are you? Get in the mic, bro. Kiss this thing. Let's go. That was weird. We'll fix that in post. But so today, guys, we want to talk about a client success story that we had with a buddy of ours that's in the mastermind. For all the people that don't know, Powerhouse is kind of a mastermind, kind of like a growth accelerator. We do a lot of in-person meetups, and you fly down here. We work on quarterly reviews. We do a lot of audits and help you inside of your e-commerce business so you can grow it, systemize it, and then sell it. So Mikey is the head of email for all the people that engage with us for email marketing services and lifetime value and kind of trying to work on their subscriptions and the recurring revenue. And we want to talk about a friend of ours, Jordan, who owns a company called Western Welder, which is probably the weirdest niche I think that we've ever seen, which is, what exactly is it?
Welding apparel.
It's welding apparel.
Specifically for welders.
Yeah, like I didn't know that was a thing. It's clearly a thing. So we wanted to run through some of the results that we had with him and kind of like what Mikey's approach was to get this to happen. Because when he started with us, he was doing 9% of his revenue through email. And we increased that to 50%. And we, I think, effectively over doubled the business, right?
Almost doubled.
Right now, yeah, it's almost double in just a few short months. So Mikey, why don't you walk through kind of like where we started and what you did, the systems and processes for that, and kind of where it's at today.
Sure. Well, the first thing I see all the time, when we bring on a new client or someone we're going to work with is first, are you doing SMS? Are you working on SMS? Most people aren't. And if you're not, you really need to check that out and tap into it because it's one of the most underrated channels that has such a ROI, massive ROI. So first thing I noticed with him is he wasn't doing any SMS. It was all from email. And if you think about a welder, right, they're probably working 8 in the morning till 6 p.m., something like that. They're not really on their phone checking their emails, but they're checking their text messages for sure. So we see, if I send an email campaign out, it'll make $1,000. If I send a text message out, which takes 2 minutes to put together, it'll make $3,000, $4,000.
And shout out to Postscript, who is our preferred partner in that. Every single one of our brands, we move them over to Postscript. They're the best people ever. If you guys need any kind of connection, DM me and I'll connect you to those guys.
100%. So that's the first thing I did was like, look, man, Jordan, we need to set up SMS. And it's very, very simple. Set up the basic flows. The pop-up on the site was collecting email. We switched it to collecting phone number. And our goal with texting is get that person to buy as quickly as possible, right? I look at email and SMS as this. When people give you their phone number or email address, they want your offer. They want to buy something from you. So market to them, right? They gave you permission to do that. So with texting, we send them a text almost every single day saying, buy. Here's this offer. Here's what we have, whatever. And we're seeing those welcome series flows are probably 40% or 50% of SMS, all of SMS revenue right there. From there, we use email and SMS to get people to buy from us more frequently, building that lifetime value.
So when we first started, it was at like 9%, right?
Yeah. So I'll run through the numbers. So in May, right before he started working with us, his total store revenue was $144K. 9% came from email. After the first month working with us, we implemented SMS. We actually scaled back ads a little bit. He still bumped up his total store revenue by almost 20K. And email and SMS, that first month, accounted for 43%. So it jumped up from 9% to 43%. And if you think about, what that looks like to your profit margins, right, that's insane, because email and SMS is virtually free marketing.
Right. It's really crazy because we work with a ton of people in the e-commerce space, people that are doing $1 million a month plus, whatever the case, right? It doesn't really matter. And almost nobody really thinks about SMS. They think about email, and that's kind of like forgotten as well because they think people aren't going to open the emails, which is completely wrong. And then they don't want to bother people with SMS. They're like, I don't want to bug people. But, I mean, I'm probably a member of like 12 companies SMS, and the second they text me, I buy. Like I don't open emails for the most part, but if someone sends me a text, I'm 100% most likely going to buy something immediately. I 100% open it 100% of the time. And so when people are thinking that and talking to you and they're like, I don't want to bother people, I don't want to do SMS, that's annoying, that's not our thing, that's not people are going to be mad at us. What do you tell them?
Well, first, it always goes back to your demo. So the older your demographic, the less results you might get from SMS, maybe, right? That's traditional. But I always say give it a shot. You know, we have one brand that for months I was like, let's do SMS. Their demo is 40 plus, women 40 plus. And they're like, our demo is just, they're not going to like it. It's going to be annoying. Finally, I convinced them to do SMS. Their email and SMS revenue right before it was 18%. The next month, just implementing SMS was 35%. So we proved right there, people want to buy from SMS. Now, the demo is older. We're not going to text them every single day or that frequently, right? We're going to be a little bit more careful with it, you know, and put more emphasis on the email. But going back to what I said before, people are giving you their phone number. They want it. They want your marketing. So put it in front of them. Also, a text message, they look at it. If they don't want it, they'll just look away. You know, it's like if your buddy texts you, like, I don't feel like answering right now. Like, he's not annoying you, you're just not going to answer. So people think SMS is very intrusive, and it's not. Especially if people are giving you your phone number, market to them, send them text messages.
So for people that are right now kind of going through all the issues that Facebook has and trying to acquire customers, it's getting more expensive. Your CPA is just getting out of control. You're not being able to, at least on initial acquisition, to increase that average order value. So you really got to figure out something with lifetime value and start doing more email marketing, SMS marketing, et cetera. What are some actionable tips? Give everyone, let's say they're doing anywhere from 20 to 200,000 a month on their business. What are some actionable strategies that you think they can implement today so they can go out and immediately use this podcast to go out and make some money?
Yeah, if you're sending traffic to your site, which you probably are, you need to be collecting their phone number or email. And when I first started, you know, working with brands, it was one or the other, just collect phone number or just collect email. Quickly, I realized collecting both is super important and have it be like a two-step. So again, depending on your demo, actually depending on if they're mobile or desktop. So if it's a mobile pop-up, collect the phone number first, okay? Or I'm sorry, collect the email first. They're going to put their email in, then they're going to put their phone number in. Why SMS second? Because when they put their phone number in, it's going to take them out off of your website and into the text messages. So you won't be able to get the email. On desktop, you want to collect the SMS, the phone number first, and then collect the email. But you want to be collecting both. Now, another reason why the two-step is important or works well is, let's say they only put their phone number or only put their email in and don't do the second part. That's okay. We still got one of them. And because it's so much harder to retarget, the cost of advertising is so much more expensive. If you're not collecting email and or phone number on day one, you're losing out on a ton of money.
Awesome. Well, I know that you're going to be speaking at Powerhouse Live, which is November 3rd and 4th in Austin, Texas. So for everybody that is watching this or listening to this, we have an event in Austin, November 3rd and 4th. We're going to be talking about SMS. We're going to be talking about a strategy where one of the brands that we work with, Snow, is doing $1 million a month just on text message marketing. We're also going to be giving you some campaigns to implement inside of email. We've got Lala Anthony speaking. My buddy Ryan Stewman is going to show you how to make $1 million through Facebook groups. My buddy Mikey Taylor, who owns Commune Capital, is going to teach you how he's used TikTok to get investors. So, I mean, if you think that TikTok's just for kids, you're completely wrong. He's built over 1 million person following, immediately monetized that with big accredited investors, who is someone that most people think would not be on TikTok. They're on TikTok, and he's filling his funds very, very quickly. And we're going to have a lot more guests. Myself and Josh are going to be talking about influencer marketing, the state of ads, email, everything that's going on, and actionable campaigns, strategies that you can use to actually turn your support company or your support, customer support, into a revenue channel. We're going to have Gorgeous speaking there. We're going to have Postscript speaking there. So we're going to have big companies tell you what they're doing today to actually create results inside of your business, no matter what's going on with iOS or ABC or EFG, it doesn't matter. We know exactly what we're doing because we're actively involved in all these companies, helping companies grow. And Mikey's going to be talking about email, and we're also going to be having people talking about SMS. So if you're interested, just go to powerhousebrandslive.com or send me a DM and I'll just shoot you a link. It's at Los Hustle. That is it for this podcast, guys. We will see you on the next one.